This is actually my setup, but you can hear the truckers on the radio right now. They're pretty far away. But this one's not hooked up to it, but you can hear my upper mic. We got this whole setup really quite good. Very good. Very quite good. So, watch these guys. I'm going to try to do a radio check in a minute. I'm going to use the echo mic. See if they can hear me. I hope it's not squirring on them. We're using the tram antenna. The silver one I have, that's what we're doing. Use the channel 19, guys. Break 19 for a radio check. I'm testing on a Superstar microphone. If anybody can hear the echo, give me a shout out. Break 19 for a radio check. Break 19 for a radio check. I guess they're asleep. See, I'm gonna see if I can hear it on this one. There was a squirrel microphone. It's a coax cable actually helps. See, I disconnect that so I don't have to hear the squirrel mic. Testing 1, 2, 3. Audio, audio, audio. Okay, we'll see the microphone doesn't squeal. It's pretty high up. Audio, testing 1, 2, 3. Break 19, break 19 for a radio check. It's not squealing the microphone, that's good. So it's going to be working. Break 19 for a radio check. I'm just trying to make sure to see this microphone's not echoing, squealing. Let me turn this down a bit. Right there. If anybody can hear me out there, give me a shout out. A 10-4 on that one.
Love that echo, Mike. I remember when I had my first beer.
Yeah, this is a Superstar mic. The DM452. I just bought it about 4 months ago, and I'm testing this on a Navajo base station radio, a realistic TRC 23. Hey, you actually heard me. Okay, I appreciate it for the rest of the night. Well, thanks for the radio check. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful night out there. I'm going 10-7 for the rest of the night. Just sitting out here for a while. Hey, you actually heard me. These guys knew about this shit. They have some respect. Sorry about that. See, it's actually working. That is great news. See, they actually hear me on a 20-foot pole antenna at 17 meters. See, they actually hear me on the interstate. There's actually truckers on the radio, so that's actually the trucker channel. I'm going to turn this up, but yeah. See, they actually heard me. They could be at least 30 miles away, who knows. But they actually... Wait. That's why you have to put it on a second radio and hear it. And my 40 channel will fire up. Hold on then, I'll be right back soon. I got another radio I have to test out, see if my now whole realistic radio is working. See if they can know that. If this radio is working, I got another radio I have to try out. I'll be right back in a couple minutes, sorry about that. I have another radio I have to try to do a radio check in a few minutes. It's one of my TRC 418 radios. I haven't tried it out yet on this antenna yet. Soon I'll probably be out there in about 15 minutes or so. See, that's what I'm going to do. So that's actually working really quite good. So this radio check's really quite good. I'm going to show you how you adjust this SWR clamp. We're going to do this in a minute, get this guy going. Alright, I'm going to do this in a minute. So I'm going to turn this guy off, but it's working perfectly. We might be able to talk skip on this guy, so the truckers can hear me really quite good. So what I'm going to do is turn this guy off. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. So this is great. That's about, they could be about 7 to 8 miles away. They can hear me. That's good. So you can look at the radio I got in there. This is working. That is a wonderful sign. Because my microphone was squealing. See if this is going to squeal. It's probably my mobile station. It's not squealing because I got rid of the squeal. You know what it was squealing? My coax probably was shorter. We're going to probably try out something in a minute. I'm going to change this cable out and I'll have to tune the antenna in a minute. It is working good. That's a wonderful sign for me. Let me make sure this cable is going back to this radio. See, this mobile rig is going to work. So I'm telling you all my special friends, including Blake and Danielle and Melissa, and my cousin Janelle at East. Yes, the CB does not dead on channel 19. If you live by an interstate, you might be able to get to hear them all the time. So if you're near a truck stop like where I'm at or gas stations, they can hear me pretty quite good. Or they could be on a base station, all I know. There it goes. We'll see if this works. I'm going to tune the SWR in a minute. See how she does. That took me a while to do the tune-up. It took me a while. Let me see. Okay. I'm going to go back to channel. Yeah, the SWR is quite the same. I didn't have to change that much at all on it. That's good. Oh, not much. How's channel 40? Ooh, way high. Probably gets down around 35, bet you it is. Goes up between 26, but 26 looks pretty quite good. Channel 26 hit, but you could always adjust your SWR with a matcher. So I gotta get a 40 channel, but the 23 is good for me right now. Quiet, doggy, it's okay. I'm gonna try to talk to some truckers in a minute. Let's see if they can get a hold of me. Break 19 for a radio check. Break 19 for a radio check. I'm testing on a TRC 418 Navajo, old realistic radio from the 1980s. So a lot of ground noise, but they can hear me on the base station. Give them a few minutes, they'll come back. You can't hear on the mower rig, but the base station you can actually hear them very quite well. Let's try again. There we go. See how the rest of it looks. Good. It's working. Break 19 for a radio check. Break 19 for a radio check. I'm testing on a mobile rig on a TRC 418. I can't hear him very good. We'll have to try again. See if the audio works. Audio testing 1, 2, 3. I can hear him on the base station. That's good. He actually heard my echo mic. See anything on too much ground noise? Break 19, break 19 for a radio check. Break 19, break 19 for a radio check. Testing on a realistic TRC 418 radio from 1987 it is. If anybody can hear me out there, give me a shout out back. They heard me on the bass. That thing puts out good wattage. They probably went to bed knowing them. They said that thing sounded really good. Like that thing I paid for $45. It's really cracking so bad, but this thing has filters on it, believe me. I'm trying to see if I did hook this thing up right. Yeah, I did. Why they can't hear me on there, but they heard me on the base station. These things can't hear that well because they don't. Break 19, break 19 for a radio check. Very bad ground noise, probably. Wait. Try to do another microphone, but they're probably sleeping on them. But they can hear me on the base station. I appreciate it. I'm gonna see if we can get an echo mic going. But he said they heard me on the base station. It doesn't hear on mobile rigs. Probably it's different. But yeah, it works really good. The echo mic is gonna stay on this little baby here, because that is going to stay on my station. So we're going to try to do with the echo mic. I'm trying to see if it doesn't squeal. Because of what it is, it's probably bad ground noise on this thing, but this mobile rig will work fine. They must have some big rigs on their systems. I'm going to try again. Let's see what this is. Yeah, that one squeals. Break 19 for a radio check. Break 19 for a radio check. Testing on our TRC 418 radio. They heard me. Very bad squeal. But it works on the TRC 418 radio. This thing's going to be on that radio. Yeah, I heard someone in there just a minute ago. See if I can get this echo mic done. Trying to fix this squealing. It's a very bad squeal. It only squeals on this one. I'm going to use this thing on this one. That's what I'm going to do. Break 1-9 for a radio check. Testing on a mobile rig on a TRC 418 radio. They heard me really good on the base station, so the base station is the better improvements. But this antenna, this will be the stock mobile rig. I might have to do something different on this guy. See if it comes in the radio. It's very bad on this ground noise. It's probably different processor chips. So the older Navajo base stations work good. So when I tried it, it did really good. See, it squeals. But it doesn't squeal on the other microphone. It only squeals on this radio. It doesn't squeal on my Navajo with this. So it still works fine. I'm going to switch this out in a minute. Because it doesn't squeal. But this will be the mobile rig I could take down the valleys, but I'm going to probably get a 40 channel base station soon in the future. I'll probably have to blow another $40, but the 23 looks good. Ground's so bad on this, but yeah, we found out some test results. But they probably can hear me on this one too. But this is very different. So we know which is the better radio, but this radio is going to the car. But the 23 channel would be the one we'll be here at the house. So we know we might be able to get a chance to talk on Skip on the other one. We might have to change out the system. I might have to go with a 40 channel system for a base station. I need to look for a radio like this, and that's what I need to do. A 40 channel would be good to have. All crystals are better to have, but this thing works better. It's like my dad's old radio, but they heard me, and that's a good sign. We're going to probably wrap it up again. But we did really good tonight. We got contacts. That's good. That is a good sign. I haven't been on air for almost 20 years, I think. No, it was like 22 years ago, I think it was. Okay, this thing, see the antenna's not changed on that. That's great. They heard me down the valley, so that's good. The mobile rig probably be hooked up in the car when I get it set up and get another antenna tuner and put a big mobile whip on it. It'll be able to hear it. I'll have to put a stock mic on it and an echo, not an echo mic, because it'll definitely squeal. You have to have a certain radio that works for it. Like an old 80 radios is good. So the echo mic will go on here when I want to change it out. Because it doesn't squeal on the other mic. Believe me. She's really good. We're going to see if it works. But before that, it was squealing. Just make sure it's in the way. Don't break it like this. I'm going to put it in there. It's perfect. I'm going to put the other mic on in a minute. The echo mic works fine. So what happened, what we did wrong tonight, this thing, the stock mic works better on this one. I'll have to get a stock mic for this guy. Or some kind of amplifier microphone that works. See, we know exactly what happened tonight. So base stations have better filtering, and this radio actually has the best thing I found. That's what it's supposed to sound like. Break 1-9 for a radio check. Back on the base station again. Looking good. Sorry about that, guys. I was just testing out the radio. My other mobile rig would probably had some squeal on that one, but this is the base station on the same one I have, the TRC23C. I'm also running a antenna matcher on this too, a Paradymatics PDC5. That's a good one. And also I'm running an SWR meter with one called the Workman SWR T 2T. That's what it is. So I appreciate you guys for the radio check for the rest of the night. You guys have a wonderful night out there and a wonderful morning. I'm going 10-7. This is Foxman362. That's what you can call me. I'm over in the North Ogden Bench area, just testing out the radio. I might be back on here tomorrow and do some little bit more radio checks on some other people out there. Have a wonderful night. And just had to set up my SWR meter antenna matcher just a couple minutes ago to get it all set and tuned in. Yeah, they can hear me. That's good. Okay, that's a 10-4 on that one. This is an old 1970s radio I'm on, a TRC23C, realistic Navajo radio. Bought it off eBay about 2 weeks ago. Got it for $45 from all the way from down in Texas. God, these guys. They actually can hear me. Well, I appreciate you guys. You have a wonderful night. I'm going 10-7 for the rest of the night, and thanks for the radio check out there. These guys are freaking awesome. These guys can freaking hear you. Oh man. We're going to freaking internet. This thing looks good out. That's great, people. Look at that. You see what we just learned tonight? You talk to them, you should give respect, eh? Those are truckers on the Channel 19 channel. They're traveling on the road tonight. But they can hear me. That's great. They can hear me very quite good. The truckers can. Man. So the mobile will probably be for the mobile thing. I'll have to get a 40-channel base station soon. One of these older radios would be a good thing to have, but there's still something to make sure the good one's good. I'm trying to learn how to adjust this flash. But this radio is like old as my father's radio, but it works really good. This radio won't burn up. But my problem with that mobile rig, It really has a lot, but they can hear me pretty quite good. Very further distance. The truckers can actually hear me on the interstate with this. This is really awesome. It's a good sign. I haven't talked on the radio for almost since 1996. I think it was 1997 was the last time it was. I'll probably just use the stock mic for the other radio because it's not going to burn my radio. This microphone, it works really perfect for this thing. This thing does really good. What you do, don't bug the truckers that much, but they will get pissed off at you if you don't know what you're doing. These guys are really respectful. So my SWR meter is working really awesome. But that is a great sign. We might be able to talk to some skippers on the radio on a good night. We might be able to try maybe get some amps on this later on. But this is a perfect radio I got. I got the perfect CB radio for I can talk to people once in a while if I want to. And that is great. Sorry this video's gone so long tonight. Let me get this little stack up. But that is great. That is really good. And that is very wonderful. But they can hear me. The base station, they can't. I couldn't hear them on the mobile rig because it's kind of different between the base station. And it's probably the way it is. It's probably the way my antenna is different on that one. But I'll probably hook that other one up in the car when I have some time. But I'll probably keep the stock mic and buy another stock mic and keep the stock mic for this radio. You have to keep the stock mic when you do it. But the echo mic is wonderful. They actually like that when you have something that sounds professional. But this thing sounds like $1,000 radio in the air. I'll probably get an DA104 mic for this too. I'll have to put some good microphones together, but I need to find another radio, something really good, like a 40 channel, something from the 1970s or 80s at least. And you'll be able to get a good reception. I'll have to look around for some good base station, but at least I got something I can talk to the guys and I can find out what's going on in the area. Because that's how you're going to find out car accidents and stuff. But you'll be able to probably talk to other people on the channels. If they can hear me, they can hear me on that big antenna. This thing's probably has something in this radio that others can't do. They can't hear me on the mobile rig because it's kind of far away. It's kind of different. It's probably more like a close range. But you have to have something like a Cobra or something to hear them. But they can hear me very quite well on the crystals. That's probably why it's different. But the mobile rig is fine. It can hear us. It can still talk and you can hear far away. It's probably different between this one. The antenna is probably a base station antenna. That's probably what it is. And this has less filtering. That's why. And I'll probably have to, because it's different because we're using a DC ground thing. But yeah, I'll probably get it all set up on 2 radios again. I'll have to get another antenna tuner soon. And it's pretty good. They actually heard me. See, that's great. So there's no ground noise to it. You might be able to hear skippers later, but I'll have to check them out again. So that's great. See what's on channel 6 right now. Yeah, the skip's not come in yet. This WR looks good because this tuner actually helped me out. That's probably what it was. Hopefully you can like another radio to do it. I'm turning the other ones are done already. They hit me if you can hear me. That is really wonderful tonight. So that's one successful distraction. We can pick all the truckers on the interstate now and we'll be able to talk to them anytime we want. It's a little ground noise, but they can hear me and I can hear them. It's kind of here on the different way it is, but means they're on the road all the time because truckers can talk to you anytime you want, so that's great. And you can find out weather reports and give them information what's going on here. So these guys have no spec on the radio. It's not like the 1950s and it's not like the 1970s. It's very different. So I can talk to these guys down there. So that's great. That means... Ooh, you see how bad it is. So not anything above 1.5, that's right. That's good. I'm getting like 1.1 on the SWR, that's good. So, we might be able to get the Super Bowl channel later. If we get a good skip on one of these nights, we'll be okay. It's got a lot of ground noise. I'm going to see if this light makes a difference when I turn it off. See, that thing goes off. We're going to see what it looks like to glow in the dark. It's pretty cool. It's really quite good, so I can use this for nighttime events. There's a lot of ground noise, but we got someone we can talk to now. Very noisy, but they heard me, so they're out there. I'll have to probably buy a few more mics to get this radio going. Gotta find the right kind, like the 5-pin radio things. So we'll turn that on. So, it's probably a lot of ground noise, but they can hear me very quite good, they say. They heard me loud and clear. So they heard my echo mic too. So echo mics don't work very good on mobile rigs, but on certain ones they can, probably Cobras. But this would be good for the base station now. We won't burn it up. And I would keep 2 mics nearby this thing. That's a little ground noise, but that's usually normal. That's a little ground noise, but that's usually normal. So that's good. This is my other radio, but it didn't work because I heard some people on this one. That's a backup radio in case something happens, but this is a better radio to have where you can talk to anyone in the world. Just get an SWR matcher, antenna matcher, and to be able to work. And one of those things like I have. I get another one of these in the mail, but so the antenna is pretty quite large. I'm going to send the picture of it to my special friends a little later. If you want to see the antenna, I took a picture of it yesterday. And that's what I'm saying. But that's a really good sign because it's a pretty good radio, because what I got, I couldn't beat the price for it. But this actually tunes in the weak signals, that's why I can see them. I haven't done anything like that for a while because I'll turn this up right now. There we go. No more ground noise. So we'll have to turn that down a little bit later. So if you want to do long distance shots, this radio is really awesome. So I gotta go get out of here before this battery goes dead soon. Not yet. I'm sorry this video going on for 40 minutes. I appreciate this. This is really good. So the base station actually gave me the success, and I'm running at least 20 foot off the ground. Imagine I would have been higher, they can actually hear me. If you had an amplifier on this radio, you'd be great. So if you get like an old base station, like a 40 channel, I think that'd be quite good. Any base station would be fine. But they probably have a special kind of transmission in them. But if you get ones with crystals, they won't burn up that much. I don't think this radio was used a lot. And I put an echo mic that it makes it good. I'll probably put another microphone on it real soon. I want to keep the stock mic on the mobile rig because it'll be okay. So this Superstar I got is a very good thing. You can do a lot of modifications to it, mess around with it, and then you can turn off the echo. But that's great. You can sound like a really good person. Like they can hear your echo and it just jumps over the waves. And they heard me really loud and clear. You heard the guys were talking about it. God, this has been a wonderful night. It's been really good today. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 2:04.
So these guys are at like 1 o'clock in the morning. They're probably night shifters, truckers, what they are. So we must have been around 1:30 in the morning. They probably went to bed at this time. So I'm going to let you guys go. Have a wonderful week to all my special friends, including Blake, Danielle, Melissa, and my cousin Janelle. I'm telling you, Melissa, if you ever get a base station like one of these, have one set up in one of those friends' houses for Danielle and stuff like that. It will work. If you put an antenna above clear line sight, that actually will work quite good. CB radio can do good. If you have older base stations, they will work. And usually like 20 foot off the ground will be fine, maybe about 30 feet at least, but you gotta get like a long iron pipe like at Home Depot and get what I have. But I'm going to show the pictures to all my special friends, one of the pictures in their private message when they see it. It's going to be quite cool. So I'll probably do another video tomorrow and show you what the antenna looks like outside and give you a cool idea of it. So I had to do with that. And I got a lot of coax cable running in this baby right now. That is actually the ham radio that runs into the ham radio here. That's a 50-foot coax. They had antenna tuners. This one is running these 50-foot coax. It's running outside. And I'm running a 10-foot radiocheck coax in there. And a few of those jumper cords in there like that for the antenna tuners. And it's going to one of the radios. That's how it's working. So it's keeping my SWR really low. And that's why it's giving me the long distance shots. Because I'm being like 1.0. That's good on channel 19. So they can hear me really long distance. So, have a wonderful week. Have a great Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday morning. And gotta go. Thanks.